Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Brandy Yvonne here at the Brandy Yvonne channel. At this channel, we just like to have fun discussions and reviews about some of our favorite shows. Right now, we've been primarily focused on own shows. Of course, we will do other shows in the future. But today we are here to talk about Ladies Who List Atlanta. Okay, this is season 1, episode 2. As I said in my Ready to Love video, I was under the weather, so that's why I didn't get to post Friday night. But, you know, we're getting it done tonight, Saturday, okay? So once you finish watching Ready to Love and Ladies Who List and Kings of Napa, head on over to Brandy Yvonne channel and check out all these cool, fun, hot reviews. Comment, please comment. Let's discuss. I really want to discuss with y'all. I really do. Before you finish this video, best thing to do actually right now, pause the video. Click the subscribe button, please. Click the thumbs up button, please, because I know you're going to like this video, okay? And comment and share. And then finish watching it, right? Okay? So let's get into this episode of Ladies Who List Atlanta. Okay, so this episode was really good because it started out giving us more of the ladies' backstories, and they really went into more depth of the ladies' backstories, which I really liked. And we also seen more property in Atlanta, mainly condos this episode. So that was one thing I liked. They saved all the drama to the end, and we'll get to that, which was like the meats and potatoes. But I will say I like how they went into Kiana's life really deep, and Kyra, is it Kyra or Kira? Somebody comment below because I don't want to get her name wrong. For the purpose of this show, we're going to call her Kira. And if it ends up being Kyra, please let me know and forgive me for mispronouncing your name, girl, okay? And they also went into Tiffany's life, I believe, and showed Tiana winning an award. Anyway, let's just break it down. So top of the show, we did start out with Kiana. She was doing a live on Instagram. It looks like she was posting. They showed, I believe his name was Chef Phil, was making some mimosas and something in the kitchen. I'm assuming he was preparing brunch for Kiana and her husband, Anthony. Anthony was nice looking. Go ahead, Kiana. Okay. So Kiana was talking about some of her background and where she comes from, and how, you know, they struggled. They had times where they would have no lights for a period of 30 days, and how she takes care of her mom and she helps support her siblings and her nieces and nephews. So, but she also was talking about how she also needs to make sure she's taking care of herself, which is important. And I like how she touched on that and highlighted that. So she's sitting down with her husband, Anthony, and they're talking, and she's oh yeah, I live on the gram. And then she brings up Robin, and then he was like, yeah, that wasn't right, Robin not helping you, but I could see it, you know, it's business too, but that wasn't right. And he was like, yeah, she's supposed to be my friend, and they're kind of hashing that out. Okay, so then, and she says that Robin has an idea and she's gonna, you know, meet with her and hear it out, but she still plans to tell her no. Okay, so anyway, moving on. Before we got to Kiana, I'm sorry, y'all. I went out of order. I tend to go out of order my reviews, but we're gonna get to all of it. Don't you worry. So before we got to Kiana, we started out with B. Simone and Kira. So B. Simone was looking for a condo. Previously, she was looking for one with her ex-boyfriend. They broke up shortly after looking for a place together. Okay. And so anyway, B. Simone wants big windows. She wants all the views of Atlanta. But she didn't like the small closets in the condo. Okay. So Kira said B. Simone and her were friends already. B. Simone used to do her hair, and Kira used to work down the mattress firm. Okay. So, you know, we all got to start somewhere, right? Okay. So now, you know, they're both popular. B. Simone has went on to be a social media influencer. She used to be on Wild Now. Don't know what's going on with her quite right now, but I don't keep up with her like that. And so anyway, B. Simone didn't like the closet sizes of those condos. They were kind of small. And so it wasn't giving what B. Simone needed for her housing needs at this time. Okay. So anyway, then fast forward. So we went through Kiana already. So Kira then they showed another package on her and about how she also came from humble beginnings. She used to live in a double wide trailer, and she struggled, and she worked for everything she had, and her ex-boyfriend had a house together, had a big, nice, beautiful house, and the house burned down. She found out while she was on a bachelorette trip in Miami, and her boyfriend was in New York. Her neighbor kept blowing up her phone, saying, I hope you're not home right now, hope you're not home right now. Thank God she was not, and turned out her house had caught on fire. And the only thing she had was that bag she took down to Miami. And so that's really devastating, because she's like, they worked hard for everything they had. And that is, I've never been in a house fire, experienced house fire, but that has to be so devastating. Like, my heart broke for her. Like, I was about to cry. Like, my heart goes out to you, Kira. I hope I'm saying your name right, girl. That sucks. They didn't say how the house burnt down. I am curious to know how that happened. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just, that's heartbreaking. Losing all your stuff in a fire is like the worst. It's the worst. I've never experienced it, but I've heard horrifying stories. Horrifying stories, especially when people die. So thank God she wasn't there and her boyfriend wasn't there. And then shortly after the fire, they broke up, which shocked me, because I would think the fire, you guys go through something traumatic like that together, I would think it would have brought you guys closer, not broke you up. But you know what, Kira girl, if he couldn't stick with you through all that, then it just wasn't meant to be. And don't you worry about it, because you're gonna find you another man, because you a cute girl. So yeah, that was really unfortunate. But again, it was good to hear more of getting death into her life as well. So then we head over to Tiffany's house, and Tiffany's son, I don't know how old he is, but I'm assuming he's like 15 or 16. He's like nagging his mom. He wants to go driving. He wants to drive, which I understand, because when I was time for me to drive, I wanted to drive, until I learned that due to my eyesight, I could not drive. But before that, I was ready to, I was like this close to getting my license before I learned that I could not get it. But anyway, I have to share that journey of my eyesight with y'all another time. Anyway, so she's like, I'm busy. I'm trying to get this stuff done. Like, please go talk to your dad about that. And so then the dad is like, no, so-and-so got a party. So-and-so got a baseball game. So no, there's no time to take you driving. So Tiffany was sharing how she really deals with anxiety and was having panic attacks last year. And it was debilitating to the point where she was in fear to even do anything. Her husband quit his job so he could go drive her to work every day and be with her at work. Her mom came down to help. Like, she was really going through some mental things. And anytime you're going through any thing like that, please reach out and get some help. And thank God that's what Tiffany did. Her village came in and supported her. Also, she got therapy. Keyword, y'all, therapy. Find you a good therapist. Not only if you're just doing anxiety, but just to deal with if you're having childhood traumas, whatever you're going through, get some help, seriously. And so I really like how Tiffany touched on that, and I related to some of the things she says, because I have some of those similar negative, fearful thoughts. It doesn't stop me from moving on day to day and doing what I need to do, but I have some of that angst feeling sometimes too. So I can understand where Tiffany was coming from. So finally, getting tongue-tied, mouth dry too. So finally, she got tired of her son asking her to go drive. And so then she was like, okay, come on, boy, let's go drive. So she took him to go to practice driving, which looked terrifying to me. And so she was showing him how to drive, and then they came back. And so then I believe in the next scene, we see Tiffany and her husband, Jeff, celebrating I believe it was their 13-year wedding anniversary, and they invited Tiana and her husband. I want to say his name was Anthony, but I could be wrong. And so they were the only couple they invited with them to celebrate their anniversary. Y'all had to just go ahead and take that sip of water. Okay. So anyway, So they're like, oh yeah, girl, we have so much in common. We both have, a few kids. We're both in real estate, and our husbands are both in the automotive. And, Tiffany's like, I'm not the most, friendliest of friends, but, me and you are cool, girl. And so then somehow Robin comes up. Every scene they gonna bring up this Robin stuff, right? So they bring up Robin and her ideas and how's this gonna work, and Tiffany don't really know Robin like that, and the men are kind of like, oh, here these girls go, and they're like, oh, we're sorry, bring it up at dinner. And they're like, yeah, we don't know if this is gonna work for you guys. And I believe it was Tiana's husband said this can only work if everybody puts their egos aside and they're not just there for themselves only, which is, he hit the nail on the head. But that's not gonna happen. But you right, husband, but it ain't gonna happen, okay? So then anyway, let's see, we fast forward. Tiana's at like a real estate event for real estate awards, and she gets an award for her social media banner or presence or badge, something to do with social media and real estate. I don't know why I couldn't say that today. And so that was really cool. And I believe she had Kiana there to support her. No, she had Tiffany and Kyra there to support her. And so again, they're talking about Robin's event coming up, and they're gonna go, but they don't really know. And Tiffany never met Robin. And also Tiffany's one of the closing attorney, and Crystal is, and Robin is Crystal's friend. So it's that whole thing too, right? So anyway, Kyra mentions how Robin and Crystal unfollowed her on social media at the same time, so she's not really sure if she's friends with them like that and all that. Okay, so then next scene I think shows Robin showing the condo to somebody named Frank, I believe. And it's a condo in downtown Atlanta. I believe it's called the Headley Building. It's something with the H like that. And so she was explaining to him, wow, how this is a good first start out property, and downtown Atlanta is really still building, and he could sell it later on, make a great profit. Sorry, y'all, my clothes are done in the dryer. That thing beeps really loud to let you know. Okay, so anyway, so she convinces Frank he's gonna buy the condo. Good for you, Frank, for buying you a condo. That is one of my goals, is to eventually be able to purchase a condo. So anyway, he buys the condo. They're going to get the paperwork started, put an offer. Great. So then I think we could just go on down to the dinner scene. So we get all the girls together. Robin said she's feeling anxious and nervous going in because all these ladies are beautiful and all this stuff. Side note about Robin, when she was, they did more of a package on her going deep into her life, and she was saying how she got pregnant as a teenager when she was 16. She had a lot of verbal, mental, physical abuse. She went through a lot. She came to Atlanta with her 2 kids in 2006, and that's when she went to rebuild. She didn't know anybody there, so that's why she came to Atlanta, and she wanted to rebuild there. So and then she was just saying how she's had a tough shell because of everything she's went through, but when you do business with her, it's going to be pleasant. It's going to be great. And I believe that Robin is great at her business. I believe that. I think Robin needs to continue to do her healing, though. Robin, please continue to do your work, girl, because we're rooting for you over here, okay? Because I understand when you go through trauma and things as a young person. I totally get that. And it's how you show up now as an adult with that past, if you let it control your present and your future. That's where the challenges really come in. So anyway, back to the dinner scenes. All the girls come and they're like, oh, Crystal, like, what's this gonna be about, girl? And she's like, I'm going to let Robin speak for herself, okay? And so then Robin comes and she's like, so I have an idea and I would like some of your feedback and you guys to, input as well, but I'm just now developing it. And so then they're like, girl, well, what is it? Like, just get to it. And she's like, so why don't we just start our own, basically start our own one big firm together? Like, Kiana, you do luxury. You know, this one over here does the entertainers, the ball players. I do condos. That's my thing. And, you know, instead of working for all these other different people, we could all be one in-house thing. So Kiana was like, girl, don't you remember when we had our thing, when I needed you to help me out last year with my 26 contracts, and you wanted to charge me, was it $500 a pop? So we have some unfinished business. We need to talk it out. And so she was like, okay, girl, like, I'm sorry, but that was last year. Okay. And so then she was like, no, we're not going to, you know, brush by this like it didn't happen. Y'all, I'm just going to be drinking water tonight. So we're not going to brush by this like it didn't happen. And Robin is like, oh, you don't know. I was going through X, Y, and Z last year. I was having so much mental issues going on. Like, it didn't matter who called, who, you know, knocked on the door, even if money was involved. I couldn't deal with a lot of things last year because of the mental state I was in. Okay, understandable, Robin. So, of course, you see Tiffany is really resonating with that because Tiffany experienced some of the same things, which I'm glad Tiffany was there to really hear Robin, because she was really the only one that could hear Robin, right? So then Crystal kept interjecting. I don't remember everything Crystal said every time she interjected, but she was irritating me, and Robin had to keep shutting her down. But when Robin shuts her down, she looks like she's being mean and a bully to her friend, or supposed to be friend, Crystal. But Crystal kept interjecting at the wrong times. Like, it was so unnecessary. Let Robin do her own bidding and let Robin fight her own battles. Robin's a grown woman. Robin can speak for herself. Robin may not come across in the best way at all times, but Robin can handle herself clearly. Like, Crystal, I don't know if she thought she had a hold on Robin, or she was able to control Robin, or what, but all her interjecting was making me angry, okay? It was making me mad too. Like, girl, be quiet, Crystal, be quiet. I wouldn't approach it the way Robin did, but I was like, girl, you need to be quiet too. Like, could you stop interjecting when nobody asked you to? So anyway, so Kiana and Robin decide, you know, Kiana's like, I respect you enough, we can have a talk later. Which I'm glad that Kiana is woman and mature enough to say, hey, we can talk our business later. And so, and Tiffany also suggested they do that, and they came to that understanding. Great. Okay, so then Kyra said, well, you know, I noticed that you, Crystal, and Robin, you guys unfollowed me on social media at the same time. And I mean, I wasn't really bothered by it, but you know, you guys did. And my thing is, Kyra, I love you. You're a very cute, pretty, sweet girl. But if it didn't bother you, then why'd you bring it up? Because either it bothered you or it didn't. Okay. And she is younger. I didn't realize how much younger she was, but she said she graduated in 2012? And I was like, oh, okay, girl. I mean, she's like a good 6 years younger than me, probably. But anyway, so Robin was like, yeah, you're like the same age as my kids. And, oh no, first of all, Robin. So Robin was like, yeah, girl, I unfollowed you. Well, you know, those algorithms are so disgusting. And I'm like, Robin, following and unfollowing has nothing to do with the algorithms. Now, don't blame Mark Zuckerberg and them and the algorithms, girl, on that. Don't do that. Don't do that, Robin. No, has nothing to do with that. So anyway, then Crystal tried to give an explanation on the side. Well, yeah, you know, Kyra, I thought you were really sweet, pretty girl. But then the time I unfollowed you. But then she kind of got cut off because Robin was saying some stuff over here and arguing. And then Kyra was like, well, you were DMing me saying, oh, you're such a sweet, pretty girl. And then all of a sudden you unfollowed me. And she was like, I tend to notice these older real estate brokers, yada yada. And then she's like, older. And then Robin stood up like, girl, older, like, you see all this older? And Robin, you look great. I don't know quite how old you are, but you look great. I mean, I could put the years together with your kids and you're 16, but look great, okay? We're not taking that from you. So then she's like, well, maybe we should say seasoned or mature, whatever. Okay. I mean, Kara was trying to dig at Robin being older. She was. And so, but really, you can't fully tell these girls all look like they in about the same age group in general, right? So anyway, the girls get to arguing. Kiana's like, you can't act like our situation didn't happen. And then Kira was doing this weird thing where she was saying something and turning her head. And to me, she was acting. At this point, I was like, she kind of lost me. And I just felt like, okay, she's acting for the cameras. Okay, girl. And then everyone's like kind of getting into it, going back and forth. Crystal is still interjecting. Also, Crystal, I don't know what dinner event you were coming to, because I'm looking at how everybody else is dressed and I'm looking at how you were dressed. And man, I did not them shorts. It was the shorts for me. It was the shorts and that glittery shirt. Like, I see what we were going for. I just don't feel like the outfit served your body well. And I'm not trying to body shame her. I'm not trying to do none of that. I just didn't like her outfit. I didn't like the shorts with the shirt and all that. I didn't like it. Now she would have did like a more fancy kind of shorts, like some kind of black shorts or more dressy kind of shorts, and maybe not as short. I would have liked it, but no, not those jean tattered booty shorts with that shirt. I didn't like it. I just didn't like it. Okay. And yeah, anyway. And then Crystal I kind of agree with Robin. Like, you kind of were acting like you were solving things, but you were instigating the whole time, because you kept being like, oh, Robin, don't say that. Oh, Robin, da-da-da. Oh, Robin, da-da-da. And it's like, Robin is fine. You don't need to keep pulling her coattail. Like, she is fine. If she wants to say the things she wants to say, let her say it. Like, stop. So that was really irritating to me. The girls didn't really get anywhere with the dinner. It was a bunch of commotion. Okay. Next thing you know, you see Robin standing up and saying to Crystal, like, you don't know what team you're on. And she was like, no, Crystal, you stop it right now. And you see her hit Crystal. Now, that's where you were wrong, Robin. Now, you know, Robin, I was rooting for you. I'm still rooting for you, girl. But you can't be putting your hands on your friends. Like, that don't look good. That don't look cute. That's not cool. So I'm gonna need you to figure out how to manage your anger, manage your behavior, deal with the things you need to deal with. Like, Crystal was out of line, but you are going to have to figure out a better way to handle that. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool. I can't imagine hitting one of my friends. I could not imagine. Like, I understand a lot of these ladies. Like, I was not raised in some of the same backgrounds as like some of my college friends. So I get it, but there's a certain way you still have to handle situations in a proper way, in a respectable way. So yeah, that was not cool at all. But other than that, nothing else is happening on the show. We see next week, I think that Tiffany and Robin are going to meet up. And I think because they connected on that whole, dealing with anxiety and all that. And I'm glad Tiffany is being that ally to Robin in that way. Robin, get yourself together, girl. Get it together, because these girls are going to paint you to be the monster of the show. And we don't need that. Because to me, Crystal is more of a monster of the show. I don't want to, actually, let's not even name anyone a monster of the show. Crystal is more of an instigator than Robin, or a problem causer. And I'm not sure what role Crystal is trying to fit or be. I think Crystal needs to figure out her place in the show. She really needs to figure it out, because right now it's coming across very instigator, and I don't like it. And I expected way more from you, Crystal. I expected way more, okay? But so far the show is good. I love the ladies. I really love Kiana's becoming one of my favorites. I love Robin. Kira had a very interesting story. Tiffany. Hopefully we learn more about Tiana. And yeah, that is it, you guys, or you all. Please let me know what you thought of this week's episode of Ladies Who List Atlanta. Okay, we will be back next week for Kings of Napa on Tuesday, and Friday night, of course, we have the finale of Ready to Love, and we'll have the next episode of Ladies Who List Atlanta. And hopefully we'll also get some other videos. If you guys have ideas for topics you want me to discuss, please drop it below in the comments. Okay, and I will see you guys soon.